Alright, good people. Here we are. Getting it in for the Bears recap. The last recap of the night. You guys hear some extra noise. My neighbors is watching movies, so I apologize in advance. Alright, let's just kick it off. First up, we got Punk Moi versus Mr. D Block. You know, all I gotta say is D, FYT. That's it. You took the 142-134 victory. I thought I was in good shape. Ingram was a dud. A dud. I couldn't believe it. He was supposed to be the number one receiving option, and Danny Pennies or dimes, nickels, whatever they call them, just he wasn't looking his way. Some of them throws are off. If I had that touchdown, never mind. Congratulations, my brother. Let's just move on. Next up, we got Mr. Money in the Bank. He takes that 165-132 victory over Menace to Fantasy. Not this week. You wasn't a menace to nobody. Money had a bounce attack. Jackson 55, Juju 24. School, what the with Goff? Is this your new man crush? Why are you playing him? You had Goff in your starting lineup and had Allen on your bench with 64 points and Brown with 25. You are the donkey of the week award recipient. See, too much hydration. You could have won this game. Like you blew that. Goff? Anyway, let's just move on. Next up, we got Mr. Dakaholics. I don't know if I like that name, Dre. I can't get right. That's what you look. Versus Madden. Madden takes the 123-115 victory. Dre had ODB bum and Ingram 5 points. We all know how that went down. Madden had Lindsey, got hurt. Kirk was a dud, but he managed to pull off the victory. He's kind of lucky that he played Dakaholics this week, because the only other person he would have beaten would have been would have been a New Day, aka the Chaz. Next up, we got the defending champ Gridiron Gods taking on Uptown, aka Terrence Trent D'Arby. If you watched the previous video, you get it. Chuck had that stack going with that Ryan Ridley 101, 101 points. That stack looks familiar. I'm just trying to figure out why I didn't do that for me last year. Anyway, Uptown had 3 players in single digits. There's really not much more to it. We're just going to go ahead and move on. Next up, we've got Ice Baby taking the 209 to 131 of Rome Swag. Damn, he kicked his ass. Ice had a stack going too. See, I'm going to get it like you, Scoob. Watch. Rodgers and Adams, 119 points. Julio added 26. I mean, that's a deadly combination he had going on in that game. Swag, simply put, no stack, no win. Laugh out loud. Moving on. I'm gonna skip this one. I'm gonna skip to come back to this one. This will be my last one. We're gonna go to Joker. He takes the 185-126 victory over Squad's defense. Mike Thomas got hurt. Minnesota defense again here, -4. But Joker, that Washington defense gave you 23 points. When I saw that, I was like, wow. What did I write down? I said Washington defense should have been charged with attempted murder. They was trying to kill Carson Wentz. 8 sacks on that man. They was bodying him all day. Joker, like I said, you take that victory. Lastly, the one I came back to, I had him in just a random order, but this one, we got the Rook, the Chaz, going against Tooth Chippers. Now, everyone really thought that this was an easy win, but Tooth said, no. He takes the 126-114 victory. He just lucked up only because if he would have only beaten one other GM, which would have been Matt, and that was it. He would have tied with Squad. So he's lucky for the matchup. Rook had Watkins on the bench with 21. Again, she got that Le'Veon Bell, 6. Akers was only 4. And again, Hooper was only 3. So there was not much you could do there. I think you're sitting at the bottom. Let me just check the standings. Yeah, you're in the toilet bowl. I mean, only because it's based off points, and that can switch. But what I will tell you is once you get in that basement good, it's hard to get out. I have one more thing I want to talk about before we leave. I have a question, I should say. And this is for Tooth. What in the hell was you thinking about with that trade with Chuck? And my inquiring mind wants to know. Chuck, he grid hustled you perfectly. He groomed you up, he softened you up with some foreplay earlier in the chat. Like, yeah, Tooth, and then boom, he went in for the kill. You gave up Sanders and Fuller. Wait, I'm reading it back. I always do that. Right, you gave up Golladay to Chuck and got Sanders and Fuller. Now, I know Golladay is hurt. Okay, I get it. Fuller is one sprint away from an injury. We all know that. And Sanders, he might come on now because of what happened to Mike Tyson. But he clearly wasn't going to be Mike Tyson. You see, y'all? I got to stop being hydrated. Michael Thomas. Once Thomas comes back, so you're going to get 2 weeks, 3 maybe, of maybe great production. I get it. You know, like you have Drew Brees and Chuck just sold you on that. Chuck, that was grit hustling one-on-one. So, Serge, inquiring minds want to know. Week 1 is in the book. Peace out, people.